what do you suggest to founders when an investor comes to them and says, let's put the valuation which is too low, then outside this range of what you guys have suggested? So how would you suggest the founders should go about it?
Well, a simple response to that, honestly, is to think about dilution. It's very important that founders retain enough of a stake in their company over time to stay motivated, to feel like with all the blood, sweat, and tears they're putting in, when they get to that eventual exit, they're going to own enough of the company to have made it all worthwhile. And investors should also appreciate that too. If an investor's pushing back on valuation, it means one of two things. They don't believe in the same value at exit, or they don't understand how much capital it's going to take to get there. They may be underestimating the amount of future dilution you'll need to take. It's a conversation you have to have with openness and with transparency. And good investors will be receptive to that. They care about the long term of the company and about the founders.
And this could be a case where, for example, founders are raising on a price round 1 million euros and the investor is pushing for just a 3 million kind of post valuation. So it would be like around 33% dilution, right? And it would be just too much. So if you look at the common parameters of dilution at the very early stages, it could range anywhere between 15 to 25, depending upon different geographies.
Absolutely, yeah. That goes back to the employee equity as well, which is increasingly important.
Yes.
You're going to need a pool, and probably that pool is going to get bigger over time. That's another chunk of equity that will be gone. But the other thing I would add is, the 15 to 25% is, you're absolutely right, that's the standard. But it's also important for both investors and founders to understand there are always exceptions. And if you imagine, for example, some hardware companies may need to raise more money upfront to begin manufacturing, to get the materials and the machines, they may need to take more dilution in the beginning, with the obvious consequence that they take less later as well. So it's always a bit scenario dependent too.